ready to see the Red Arrows. They're in wall, 955 foot wide, this formation. The smoke's coming on. I haven't quite heard what type of display he's flying, but here they are, the Royal Air Force Red Arrows. He's going full, ladies and gentlemen. Red 1 now calls them into short diamond, climbing to 6,000 feet. You see the jets collapsing to around 6 feet apart, slowing down to about 150 miles an hour now as they reach 6,000 feet, apexing the loop and form our trademark Diamond 9 shape. At the front of the formation is Red 1 squadron leader David Montenegro. He's in his second year as the team leader. He is a former Hawk flying instructor and Tornado F3 air defense pilot. He first joined the team back in 2009, left in 2011 as the leader of the Synchro pair, and then moved on to fly the Tucano, teaching basic fast jet training, before then returning as the team leader. Front right now, the smoke is on. The 3 aircraft on each wing drop to the middle of the formation now to form the shape of the space shuttle. The smoke will go off as they roll out into your right-hand side to fly the shuttle roll. Going upside down now, the canopies come towards, this is where the pilots will see you. Let's give them a big wave as they go upside down at 2,500 feet. They're flying at 400 miles an hour. The closest parts of those jets around 6 feet away from each other as they fly their fabulous space shuttle shape. At the front of the right-hand wing of shuttle is Red 2, who's the first of our 2 new pilots this year. He's Flight Lieutenant Matt Masters. Matt started his career instructing on the Tucano. He then became an air defender on the Tornado F3, and more recently he's been flying this version of Hawk with number 100 Squadron, which is the Royal Air Force's aggressor unit, providing aircraft as targets for our frontline training. High and left now, a shape is formed that was given its name back in the 1960s when NASA's Apollo program was in full swing. It represents the lunar landing craft in the Apollo missions, and we put it in the display this year to celebrate the achievements of Major Tim Peake and his journey aboard the International Space Station. So now celebrating Major Tim and Britain's latest involvement in the space program, this is Apollo. There you hear Reds 2 and 3 acknowledge this next move, and they do so with a very set cadence in their voices. The idea is the pilots continue counting in their heads using that cadence. On the count of 4, they extend their air brakes. On the count of 6, they retract their air brakes, which means they drop back at the right rate to form this shape, which depicts the delta wing platform of the Royal Air Force's multi-role combat aircraft. You'll see it display here this afternoon around 4 o'clock. It is the Eurofighter Typhoon. So now with some red and white smoke in from the left, this is Typhoon. Other of our new pilots this year used to fly the Typhoon. He is Red 3, Flight Lieutenant Cy Taylor, and he's currently flying at the front of the left-hand wing in Typhoon. Cy started off as a Tornado GR4 pilot. He then moved across to the Typhoon, first on the front line with number 3 Squadron, and then became an instructor teaching new Typhoon pilots on the Operational Conversion Unit, number 29 Squadron, from which you'll see the display this afternoon. High and right now, another shape is formed, ready for a brand new manoeuvre this year, which celebrates the Royal Air Force's fast jet workhorse. Since 1991, on the start of the first Gulf War, the Tornado Bomber Force has now been on continuous operations for 25 years. Celebrating the Tornado Bomber Force in from the right, from the south, this is Tornado. 9 pilots you're watching now are in former Tornado bomber pilots. One of them is Red 5, who's at the front left of the 7-arrow shape leading Tornado. Red 5 is Flight Lieutenant Emmett Cox. He is in his second year in the team. He's actually from New Zealand, but he moved to the UK in 2002 to join the Royal Air Force and became a Tornado pilot and then an instructor on the Tucano. Front left now, you see another shape is formed. The 3 aircraft on each wing dropping to the very back of the formation. Normally when the pilots are on the wing of Red 1, they get a very good view of his jet from where they take their references. Each pilot looks at Red 1's aircraft alone and just ignores the aircraft only 6 feet away. They trust their wingman will be in the right place. In this shape, the jets on the wing are around 120 feet back from Red 1's jet, but they still look at him for their references. So now in a very difficult shape to fly, about to enter a left-hand turn. This is Swan. At the back left of Swan is Red 9. He's Flight Lieutenant Joe Hurston. Joe is in his 3rd and final year as a Red Arrows pilot. He started his career instructing on this version of Hawk, which we call the T Mark 1. He then flew the Tornado on the front line and then came back to the Hawk, but this time in its new guise as the Royal Air Force's newest advanced jet trainer down at RAF Valley on Anglesey in North Wales, the Hawk T Mark 2. And that's him at the top of the shape change taking place to the right. This shape is reminiscent of the 1960s Royal Naval fighter, the de Havilland Sea Vixen. Red 6 and 7 moving out to the left and right to show the twin boom tail of the Sea Vixen. We call this Big Vixen. This is the Big Vixen roll, once again upside down at 400 miles an hour, 2,500 feet. Brilliant Big Vixen shape, one of my favourite shapes there. On the far right of Big Vixen is Red 8, Flight Lieutenant Stu Campbell. Stu's in his 3rd and final year as a Red Arrows pilot. He started his career as a Tucano instructor, was the Tucano display pilot in 2008. He then became a Tornado pilot with number 617, the Dam Buster Squadron, before joining the Red Arrows. Well, that's the end of the first part of the Red Arrows display, ladies and gentlemen. I hope you've enjoyed it so far. Well, now we're about to start the second part of our display. Front left, we're setting up a shape known as Hammer. At the front of Hammer are Reds. At the front of Hammer are Reds 1 to 5. They're known as Enid, after Enid Blyton's famous 5. And at the back are Reds 6, 7, 8 and 9. They're known as Jippo. Jippo is the nickname of the gentleman who first led the back 4 back in 1968 when the Red Arrows started flying 9-ship displays. So over to the left, the smoke comes on. Enid at the front, Jippo at the back. And coming. There's Red 1 calling and pulling up as they squeeze to 4G at 400 miles an hour. Coming. Red 1 is now twisting this loop towards us through 90 degrees in what's known as a quarter clover. And you can see why we call this shape Hammer. Now get your cameras ready as we start the second part of our display. This is the Hammerhead brake. Keep your eyes on the aircraft closest to us now. On the left is Red 6 and on the right are Red 7. Together they make up the Synchro pair. They're currently flying at 1,000 feet. With their smoke on full power, turning back towards us now, they start descending to just 100 feet above the sea. Their closing speed is coming up to 770 miles an hour. Get your cameras ready now. These are the opposition barrel rolls. now, full power, turning away from us at 6G, or 6 times the force of gravity. Everything in these pilots' bodies now weighs 6 times more than normal, including their blood, which wants to pool in their feet. So their G-suits have inflated, they're tightening their leg muscles, fighting the G-force as they fly the Cyclone. Smoke on is Red 6. He is the leader of the Synchro pair. Flight Lieutenant Steve Morris. Steve is in his 4th and final year as a Red Arrow. He started his career as a Hawk instructor, then became a Harrier GR9 pilot, and then a Tornado GR4 pilot before joining the Red Arrows. That's him high up on the left. He's about to start descending, soon to put some smoke on, and chased down underneath by his wingman Red 7, who's at full power, cutting the corner, trying to get into line astern. Looking right 45 degrees now. You'll see Enid with Reds 8 and 9. Dropping down to form an inverted V-shape, a fabulous photograph opportunity now. Here comes Synchro. Synchro flying through this V in the Goose.
Coming right here.
Enid with Reds 8 and 9 there, drawing a fabulous coloured stripe in the sky as they move over to our front left. But now look over to the right. Look south now to find the Synchro pair. That low cloud now you can see over the golf course starting to pose a problem, but the smoke comes on for Synchro. Keep your eyes on the 2 jets to the right as they fly the Shotgun. They're giving the commands. It's shotgun for he and Red 7 to roll inverted and upright at different stages. Keep your eyes down to the left now. Here come Enid with Red 8 with some more red, white and blue smoke. Rolling out down the line, the white smoke's about to come on. Eyes left for the Revolution. Each of the pilots there in the Revolution flying an aileron roll, a full left-hand control column input which rolls the aircraft rapidly. Look now straight ahead, flying straight towards us are the Synchro pair. Pulling up now at 500 miles an hour and 5G. Reaching 7,000 feet. I really wasn't expecting the full display, ladies and gentlemen, but here they go. This is the Red Arrow's famous heart. Keep your eyes top right of the heart, where battling that cloud is Red 9. He's about to put his red smoke on as he draws a spear through the heart. There we go, ladies and gentlemen. Red 6, 7 and 9 with their heart and spear. Now looking left and right for the Synchro pair and their next manoeuvre, which this year we have changed the name in honour of an aviation legend. Captain Eric Winkle Brown was a Royal Naval test pilot and fighter pilot in the Second World War. He was known as Winkle on the account of him being a short chap. He died in February this year and left behind a world record with the most types of aircraft flown, 487 different types of aeroplanes. In honour of the aviation legend that was Captain Eric Winkle Brown, this year we're calling these the Winkle Rolls. High and right, 45 degrees. Here come Enid pointing on towards us on the 45-degree line with their white smoke on. Reds 1, 2, 3 and 5 form a box formation. Now here he goes, the fifth jet is going to roll around them a dozen times.
Coming right now.
This is the Twister.
Hold in the back. Down tight.
Getting very dizzy with the red smoke on is Red 4. He is Flight Lieutenant Mike Bowden. He's a second-year pilot with the Red Arrows. He started off as a Hawk instructor, then moved across to the Harrier GR9 and then ended up on the Tornado GR4 before coming to the team. So that's the Twister finishing front left, a brilliant manoeuvre there. We now get ready to look to the left-hand side, look north to find the 4 aircraft of Jippo.
Go.
On comes Jippo smoke to the left. They're about to roll out down the line at 380 miles per hour. Now you see Red 6 and 7 roll upside down in close formation. 8 and 9 are matching them directly underneath. This is Mirror. Red 6 there calling for the Mirror to finish as they roll out into a double line astern to our right hand side. Now look left to find the 5 headlights of Enid. The inside pilots pitch to the outside as they fly the rollbacks. Their brilliant synchronized rollbacks to the right now. Keep your eyes in that direction. Here come Jippo. On comes the smoke to the right. Once again, synchro roll inverted. This is the Corkscrew. Finishing out to the left as Jippo roll out into a 4-ship escort. Looking right 45 degrees now. Let's try and find Enid. Enid, line astern go, says Red 1. The smoke comes on. They drop down to be stacked now. Top to bottom, Reds 1 through 5. Coming right, the following pilots use a lot of rudder to swing the jets out like a pendulum in line astern. Well, normally we fly our formations with the odd-numbered pilots flying on the left, the even-numbered pilots fly on the right. But in this shape, it's the other way around. Reds 2 and 4 are on the left, Reds 3 and 5 are on the right. They feel uncomfortable on the wrong side, so they want to switch back to their normal sides. They do it like this. This is the slalom. Tightening, you can hear the inflection in Red 1's voice. He's now pulling 4G in this turn. The jets in back on their normal sides as they finish the slalom manoeuvre. Now looking straight ahead, rolling out towards us, our Jippo. Jippo's white smoke comes on as they point towards us now.
Say that 6. 8 and 9.
The coloured smoke comes on. Reds 8 and 9 now roll around the Synchro pair. They then roll. Get your cameras ready. This is the Jippo break. On the right-hand side is Red 7. Here's Synchro number 2, Lieutenant Tom Bold. Tom is in his second year in the team. He's a former Tucano instructor and Tucano display pilot. Operationally, he flew the Typhoon before joining the Reds. That's him with the smoke on to the right. He's followed by a Red 8. Looking left with the smoke on is Red 6, chased down by a Red 9. These 4 jets now descend to just 100 feet above the sea. Their closing speed is coming up to a staggering 820 miles per hour. Cameras ready. This is the amazing Jippo pass. Once again, look right 45 for Enid. Appearing from that bank of low cloud to the right 45, Enid in a shape called Leader's Benefit. They're going to draw a red, white and blue snake-like shape of smoke in the sky now as they fly the Python. Reds 2, 3, 4 and 5 switching to white smoke as Red 1 uses red and blue in the second Python roll. The smoke is just diesel fuel that's injected into the aircraft's 400-degree engine exhaust. That makes it vaporised. The white smoke is pure diesel. To get the red and blue, we add a dye to the diesel, and we can carry 5 minutes of white and a minute each of red and blue in each of the aircraft. So that's Python finishing front left. We now need to get ready for the Synchro pair and their final manoeuvre. So looking left and right again. This time, Red 6 comes from the right, Red 7 from the left. Here they come with their smoke on. They're closing at 800 miles an hour. They're going to cross 3 times in opposing 360-degree 6G turns. Get ready. This is the Carousel. Are working hard, pulling 6G in this manoeuvre. They're going to cross 3 times, and each cross swapping their smoke colour at the back now from red to blue and vice versa. As they come round the front, they'll go to white smoke. And Portrush now, please put your hands together for the Synchro pair. Now looking high in the distance. On comes the white smoke of Enid, who are once again joined by Reds 8 and 9 for the display's finale. 7 headlights pointing towards us. They are in a 7-ship Vixen formation, and this is the Vixen break. You've been watching the Royal Air Force aerobatic team, the Red Arrows. Now rolls out on a cloud front 90-degree heading, puts on some purple smoke, pressing red and blue together so the other 8 aircraft can get visual with him as quickly as possible, and they're going to fly back to Prestwick Airport now, where our team of blues are going to service the aircraft, putting more fuel in for the jets, more diesel for the smoke, as we get ready for a performance at 4:15 in fact, at the Scottish Air Show on the air seafront this evening. With you you'd like to find out more about the team, then do please visit our website, which is raf.mod.uk/reds. On Facebook, we're Royal Air Force Red Arrows, and on Twitter, we're at RAF Red Arrows. Have you got some pictures here over the